Hey guys, we are outside the Cutting Edge garage today, and we're going to take a look at this 2009 Subaru Impreza. This car came in with a no crank condition. That means the engine won't spin over at all. And while it was outside, we went ahead and checked some of the more obvious and simple things. We know the starter's good, we know the battery's good, and we know we're getting voltage to the starter. So I think we're going to have probably a more serious issue going on with this car, maybe even something mechanically wrong with the engine. So our first step is going to be to haul this thing inside where all our tools are at, and we'll take a closer look. Good. All right, now that we got this thing inside, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to take a ratchet and I'm just going to try to roll the motor over. It's worth noting that's one of the, usually when you have a no crank condition and you've checked all the other things, this test don't take but a second and it'll tell you if there's some kind of internal engine damage. Then you don't waste a ton of time pulling the starter off and see if something's binding in there or something weird like that. So I'm just going to put my ratchet right on the crankshaft pulley. Turn her clockwise. So it's moving okay. Keep going. Oh, yep. It is totally bound up. So all in all, that means this motor is junk. We're going to have to get a new engine for this thing and get it put in for them. So let's get one ordered and we'll swap it out. All right, so we're ready to snatch this motor out. This is a pretty big job, so I got my man Preston here to give me a hand with it. So first thing, we're going to rack this thing up, get it up in the air a little bit, make it easier to work on. We're going to pull the hood off and we're going to start taking stuff loose. All right, so far we got all our intake snorkel off, we got our battery out, we're taking our fuel lines loose, and we're evacuating the AC system. Next step is going to be draining all the coolant, getting the radiator out, and then we'll go from there. Oh, we just got the radiator out, we got the water pump off, now we're lifting it up. We're going to start taking the exhaust pipes loose, and then there's not much more after that. This engine should be coming out here soon. So we got our exhaust loose, we got our power steering pump loose, and a bunch of little hoses and connectors. All we got left is we got to get our torque converter bolts loose from the flywheel. Got a little motor mount to take out, then some bell housing bolts, and this engine should be ready to come on out. I guess we should support it first, huh? Before we start snatching all the bolts out. Maybe we can worth note that one. Alright guys, it's been a couple of days since we've been working on the Subaru. We actually got a couple of brand new lifts in, so we had to put this on hold and get our new 12K 2-post installed and our flush mount scissor installed. Since then we've done a lot of work to this used motor. We've done a full head gasket kit with all the intake gaskets, all that, full timing belt kit. We went ahead and did some seals while we were in there. Of course, new spark plugs, new wires, all that good stuff. Just everything actually looked in pretty good shape, but you don't know how long that stuff's been on there. The timing belt was a little loose on it, so we went ahead and did everything while it's out of the car. So today we're going to stab it in the hole, and hopefully this thing will drive out of the door today. All right, ready to put the motor in the hole? Should be pretty easy. We got a couple of long studs back here to help us line it up. So drop her on down, pressed on. All right, we're going to have to come back with the jack. Read them all, read them all. All right, roll her back. Oh, oh. All right, come on down. What's your name?
Pretty close.
Let's see. Where are the motor mounts? Are they still on the other motor?
Probably one.
Oh, we need to put them on this motor.
That would make sense.
All right, so we got the motor back in the hole and all the bare necessities hooked up. We at least got fuel and oil. Before we go any further, I do just want to go ahead and fire it up, make sure it runs, and there's nothing catastrophically wrong with this used motor before we go any further. So Preston, go ahead and spin her over. Let's see what we got. All right, I'm happy with that. So now we can go ahead and we can get our radiator back in, get all our accessory drive stuff hooked up and buttoned up, and we should be done here shortly. All right, so we got our cooling system all bled out. We've also checked for any leaks. We had to fix some wiring issues as well. While this car was sitting, some squirrels or rats or some kind of rodent got in there and ate up the pigtail that goes to the alternator, so we had to get that repaired. We've also made sure the alternator is charging the battery just fine. So other than that, I think this car is good to go down the road. We've test driven it as well. It doesn't have any codes in the engine or transmission module at all. If you guys are curious about any of the tools you saw during this video, whether it be the hand tools, the lifts, you can find all that stuff on CEASusa.com or sptoolsusa.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. Thanks for watching.